What is up, ACL Nation? We are back from National Number One in Corpus Christi, Texas. We got lost
That
along the
place.
way many a times, but we have found our way.
We went on some adventures.
Yeah, we have found our way back to you guys here for our show here, Baggin Braggin, episode number 16. We have a good one for you. We are going to talk with the men of the week, and a name you're going to get tired of hearing all weekend long, I'm sure. Justin Burton Jr. and Logan Chamberlain will join us for the interviews. We're going to kind of do things a little bit differently as far as the highlights go because there's just so many highlights. You get to this level of talent, you're going to have shot after shot after shot. And I was able to whittle it down to like 7 minutes, which is pretty good considering it was only court one. Yeah, we're going to go through some rolls, some pushes, and some airmails and have some fun with it. So, most importantly, Meesh, how are you doing though? How are you doing?
Still pretty tired, not gonna lie. Still
Yes.
feeling a little sleepy. But it was a really fun time, and I'll get more into that in the bragging section. But I am excited to get a little nap in here a little bit later to try to get like back on track. But good. I'm good.
Yeah, I woke up again at 4 o'clock in the morning. So I don't know. I guess just being back home is like, hey, no sleep schedule for you because I was plenty exhausted coming back from Corpus Christi, and it's not going to stop for me. I'm actually going to pack up the equipment right after I get done editing the show and posting it. And then I have all the videos from Open number one, or not, sorry, National number one. So for all of you guys that are in my inbox, when am I going to get to see this on the digital network? It'll be there tomorrow. I just have to pack everything up as I head out to Michigan to record their state championships. And then I get back. I got a day, and then we head back on the road to the Topeka, Kansas Open. And then right after that, we go to Rapid City for that Open as well. So on the
You
road
do.
for the next
I
8
won't be on that.
weeks.
I won't be in that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, Rapid City, you got no reason to be there because they're just going to do the first part of the shootout, and then they'll play the championships a little bit later on in Miami, I believe. But
Correct.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had a blast. Got to meet a whole lot of new people there. The venue, I love the venue. Just
Same.
a lot of space. I can say that I didn't have any bad meals at least when I was there. Even that little burger shack that they had inside the venue was pretty good. So
Okay,
I'm
I have to
pleased.
say I had to eat Chick-fil-A. Well, I ordered 2 sandwiches, one for me, one for Nick. Nick said he wasn't hungry, so I put it in my backpack, went back to the hotel to rest. I was super hungry, but I had to go to the broadcast, and I was like, I guess I'll eat this other Chick-fil-A sandwich, and it was so not good. Two, nobody wants 2 in the same day,
How
especially
long
like
was it sitting?
I mean, it was sitting for like a couple hours. It wasn't like super
Uh,
long, but it was just the fact that like that kind of a meal, like twice in a row, back to back meals. You're like,
yeah,
ugh,
yeah.
I don't ever want Chick-fil-A ever again. And it's not like it's Chick-fil-A. It's like from the venue. I don't know how that works, but I'm good. I'm good on not having Chick-fil-A for like a year now. Like I have reached my max.
Yeah, did you get your fill of seafood, or are you still missing out on the crawfish?
Oh, I could eat that every day. Yeah. I mean, we had really good sushi the first night we were there, and we wanted to go back there, and we went to that restaurant on the water, which was whatever, it wasn't great, but I would have happily gone back to that sushi restaurant. It was so good.
Yeah, definitely not gonna be bragging on the bathrooms for that joint, huh?
Oh my goodness. Don't I blocked that out of my memory. The smell
Uh,
of the bathrooms is straight up sewage.
and then the
Um
attack of the birds at the end of our meal.
there was birds coming onto the tables. It was an interesting like when you think restaurant on the water, I have a little bit of a different experience in mind than that. But you know, we had a good time with each other.
Yeah, say the journey to get there and the journey to get back. I've learned my lesson. Corn and Nick will no longer be my navigators. I will make sure I keep my phone charged the entire step of the way. I mean, the sad
we
thing
did
is, I
not
brought my car charger with me. I just left it in the hotel room
we did
every day.
not miss the freeway once, not twice, but 3 times. And every time we missed the freeway, it was a long time before we could turn around again.
Yeah. I knew exactly when we messed up, right? Whenever Nick and Corn just like look at their phone, look back up, and then look like behind them, and they don't say anything. I was like, okay, we're doing this again. We're circling back around. I get it. Right on. So
It was confusing to their defense.
yeah.
All of Corpus Christi was confusing to drive in. We did go down I not once, but twice, a one-way street the wrong way. Once with you, once with Sean.
I was gonna say I only did it one time. What are you talking about?
Sean and I and
Oh
Nick did it
man.
once. You did it once. Definitely a bit of a disaster there, but we're still alive. We're still in one piece. We made
Yeah,
it.
no tickets. We're good.
No tickets that we know of.
Right.
It's a rental car, so I don't know how they're gonna hunt you down. So I think we're fine. But
Yeah.
but there's a lot to brag about too. So we'll take a
Yeah.
quick commercial break and we'll come back with more of that. So we're not bragging about the streets in Corpus Christi or some of the restaurants or food, but I'm bragging on the first national, having everybody there hanging out with my people. Like, it feels like this really cool friend group that I have that I get to see semi regularly, and I just am so excited to always be with all of you guys. It's so much fun.
Yeah, the family's growing too. We're getting probably double, if not triple, the amount of people that we had involved last year. And I like how everyone's kind of got their own role now. We got the content team; they're walking around doing their thing. We got the vloggers in full force. Got to meet Jack, I think, for the first time. It's Jack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for the
Jack.
first
I
time.
know, because we have Jack and Jake at the same time.
Yep, and then Jake for the first time as well. I only listened to a little bit of his court this morning, and I gotta say he's got a great voice. He is
Great
Jeff
voice.
McCarricker 2.0, so he's just got
Yep.
to get a little bit more of the cornhole terminology down, and I think the broadcast will be fine. So, kind of piggybacking off of that, he got a little tough rap on day one because the Facebook group wasn't used to him, but Corn and Trey and myself, we kind of got together and we think that court one is going to be the court that's on Facebook from here on out. Just because we're just more involved with chat. Usually we're used to it. So we're going to kind of cycle between YouTube on the other courts. And then again, we got to train you guys, the viewers, to go to ACL cornhole.tv and figure out how to get that to work too. Because it is pretty cool that you can go to any court at any time,
I
especially
brought
whenever
them
you get
all
to
up.
the,
Like, on my
yeah.
laptop, I brought every cord up and had it just like all on my screen so I could just toggle through.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard for people to learn how to do it a little bit differently, but I think it's really cool that we can, go wherever you want. Everyone always asks at these opens, how can we watch this match on court too? And I always tease them like, you type in #JG and it'll take you to Jimmy Graham's matchup. But
Just
this
throw them on a
is,
wild goose chase.
yeah, this is legit, guys. You can watch one of these four courts on ACL TV. So
Yeah, and speaking of Corn, he is has a lot of ideas on how to up the production value. So I think that by next national, not only will you get your coveted Wally on court one on Facebook like you want, I think we're going to see some other cool production values increase. And I just came off of the production meeting for the broadcast. We didn't previously meet weekly. Now we are, so it's cool because we get to kind of say, like, here's what went well, here's what didn't go well. So we're upping our quality of not only the live streams, but what you see on TV, and really focusing on giving and delivering the best quality cornhole, which is pretty fun to be a part of.
yeah, I think overall the teams broadcasted look really cool. I love how they had the teams right there behind them in the VIP sections, and
Yeah.
it just makes it look more like I don't know, a team feel. They're vibing every time. Even if it's a 6-on-4, they're getting into it. Like every single
Yeah.
point matters because of the round limited format. And then when we're on the big section with all the courts, 90 or however many courts we had out there, it's really cool just to see the colors.
Mm-hmm.
The just like
Floating
last
around.
year, but it's there's something different about these jerseys compared to last year. So again, shout out to David Streaker, and I think it just looked really cool overall. It had a
It did.
different feel to it. And
Yeah, I totally agree.
I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think there's a single undefeated team anymore after the first national.
Well, there are two undefeated
There are
teams,
two?
but they
Okay.
only played 3 games. So,
Gotcha.
it's going to vary. Some played 4, some played 3, and some played 5. So it's a little bit weird to talk about, but yes, there technically are 2 undefeated teams, but they played 3
Okay.
games.
Yeah, I think it's very diverse. But it just goes to show, gonna brag a little bit on the pro division because the parity is there. I mean, the team captains getting to choose who matches up against who adds an extra little wrinkle to it that we didn't have last year. And last year you used to sign your number 1 team, your number 2 team, and they played
Right.
up against each other. Now you get to strategize a little bit more on the best of 7 part of the series, and there's a lot of pros out there now that can throw in the tens And anybody can
Yeah,
beat
no
anybody,
kidding.
especially when you only throw 5 rounds. You never know.
Yeah, exactly. I think that that's the interesting thing about it. I was saying, on around the ACL that, like, I think teams is really fun to watch. I think teams is the future of cornhole personally because I think it's so
Yep.
entertaining and it's round limited, so the matches aren't going to drag on, which is very good for TV. Unless you're like a diehard cornhole person, you probably don't want matches to drag on for 30 minutes. So I think that that goes really well. The teams aspect is really well. But if we're talking about, which had the better game, I mean, the singles and doubles, those games were insane. The shots were insane. The back and forth, the comebacks, like, so as like a diehard cornhole person, I loved watching that.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about what's going to work best on television, it might not be that. But the teams games look a little bit more, I hate to say it, but like juvenile, right?
Yeah.
Like you're not seeing as high quality of play because you're having all levels of the pro field out there competing, whereas you have the top 2 or 4 people in the other one.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I agree. I can see that being an issue, but yeah, I think the other thing too is it's really hard. Like last year, teams they did that one event where each match had a dollar value assigned to it, and I think that worked very very well because you almost saved your better matchups for the big cash at the end. Whereas
Right.
this time we had
Mhm.
some of the captains and the elites going early. So I wonder if there's going to be a way to kind of tweak that going forward, maybe to another national or just on broadcast only, to where there's a dollar value assigned to it. But I don't
Yeah,
really know
all
how you can do
interesting.
that. Yeah.
I think it's just really difficult, and we were kind of telling this to, the new guy, the new commentator, Jeff 2.0. It's like you kind of have two different audiences, right? You have the like the diehard cornhole people, and they want a certain thing, and then you have the random viewer,
Right.
who's stumbling on watching cornhole for the first time, and they need something different. So trying to, you know, speak to both of these audiences at the same time is going to be challenging. They want two different things, I would think.
Yeah, yeah. I've always said it. I was like, I'd love to do ESPN, but I think my strength is on the live stream where I can just kind of relax and, just be myself with people. Whereas I think from him, it's just going to be a little bit more professional and straightforward, which is fine. I mean, I'm all about that as well.
We need
I'm
both.
curious to see how they do teams. Yeah, curious to see how they do teams going forward, but it was pretty cool. Overall, I think everything went very, very well. I liked having the DJ there, having the music going at all
Oh,
times.
bragging
That was
on
really
the
cool.
DJ. I loved
Yeah,
having the DJ. I was watching back the broadcast to see if I could hear because she had a beat going. I don't know if you could hear it from home. Sometimes I could hear it, sometimes I couldn't, but it was so nice to have just that beat going. So it
yeah,
wasn't that dead silence. And I think once we get more spectators in the stands, it will get the energy up. And I think people will be a lot more loud. That's one of the
right.
questions I definitely want to ask, you know, uh, Justin Burton Jr. and Logan Chamberlain is how they felt in that broadcast environment. Did they like the fact that there's a beat or is this the noise? Did they wish there was more energy? Like I definitely am curious to know the players' perspective on that in that broadcast experience.
Yeah, speaking of JBJ and Logan, bragging on Texas players, they showed up. Deborah Odom, I believe, got third in the women's division. Reagan
Yeah, she
Wilson
played
got
great.
first in juniors, able to pull off the double dip. And then obviously JBJ taking down singles and doubles. So shout out to the Texas throwers, AJ Sims, Eddie Grindersleeve, and Caleb Batson, the number one seed coming out of rounders. I mean, defending your home turf very, very well. So shout out to all the Texas players, not so much the Texas fans. You guys know who you are, not showing up to these broadcasts. Come on
Yeah, I was shocked
now.
actually. And I mean, Texas, like I said, claims to have these amazing fans. You can't drive to Corpus Christi. I don't care where you are in Texas. Come on.
Yeah, it's only
Show up.
10-hour drive for some people in Texas. I don't know. That state's massive.
Is it
But
really?
I don't know. I don't know. The Dallas airport has its own zip code apparently.
I was gonna
So,
say
I was like,
because I
yeah.
know for like the top of California to the bottom of California is like I think 13 hours or something. Is Texas longer than us?
I don't know about that, but it was 4 hours, I think, from Houston and 6 hours from San Antonio or something like that. I don't know. I don't know
Got
exactly
it.
know where everything is, but, I don't know. They still coulda showed up. It's pretty cool.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to take a quick break and then we'll come back with that interview with Justin Burton Jr. and Logan Chamberlain right after this. Welcome back, everyone. It is time for the interview portion of the show. And today we have the big winners over the weekend, Logan Chamberlain and Justin Burton Jr. Welcome, guys, to the show.
They deserve the round of applause. They deserve the round of applause after this one.
Absolutely. Right before we recorded, I asked them if they have gotten any sleep yet, and apparently Justin slept for like 16 hours straight.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I got like 5.
Same.
I was exhausted.
Yeah, well, that's understandable. But no, big congratulations are definitely due. One of the things that we were talking about on Around the ACL was, Justin won singles, and then you guys had to play doubles the next day. So I guess my first question is actually for you, Logan. Like, did you feel the pressure of, okay, now this guy wants the sweep, and I'm on the other end of this, so I got to step it up?
Honestly, I didn't feel the pressure, but I want him to lock in for doubles, even though he still had the singles championship. So I was a little worried about that, but he locked in real quick. So it would definitely be in my head if I was in the singles championship and still had to play the whole doubles bracket out. So
right.
Yeah, this wasn't your debut. I forgot. I messed up. You were on TV broadcast for college, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So did that help you out as far as shaking the nerves or anything?
I mean, honestly, it's completely different. And I wouldn't even say it was being on TV that made me nervous. It was just like being in the championship, I'd say, honestly.
Yeah, there's one moment where I was sitting right behind you, and I think we had the TV timeout because you guys were at 11 points, and you were trying your hardest not to listen to anybody in the crowd, but I said something, you had to turn around and smile real quick. And now, to your credit, you snapped right back into it. I was just trying to loosen you up a little bit and get you in it, but man, you guys were throwing gas. So again, congrats on that. But Justin, for your debut, man, how did it feel? Were you nervous at all going into it, or just another day at the office?
No, I wasn't really nervous. I was more excited to be on TV, really.
That's so crazy.
Yeah,
I agree. I
don't really get nervous like that anymore. I used to, but not really anymore. I just especially for TV. I was so excited to be on TV.
I mean, it's what you work for, right? That's what all this hard work is for. So it's like I made it. So now that you made it, so where does your mind go from here? What's next for you?
Just to do it again, I guess.
Still the beginning of the season.
Yeah, so you guys got to keep everybody down. You're number 1 right now. Keep everybody down below you.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, it's I know we have these goals for ourselves. I'm sure making it to a TV broadcast is one of your goals. What are some of the other big goals you have for Cornhole that you'd like to achieve maybe this season? I'll start with you, Justin.
I would say I think we can be a top 5 doubles team, and then I want to be a top 10 singles player.
Yeah. How about for you, Logan?
Winning the first one's huge, so I think we could push top 3 for sure, but nothing less than top 8 now, I think. And then for singles, I felt okay going through singles this weekend. But I finished 4th in my bracket, not bad at all. So if I can maintain top 15, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I think those are some good goals.
Yeah, you guys have been throwing for quite a while, so you're not exactly rookies. You're rookie ACL pros, of course, but you guys have been around for quite a bit. Obviously Texas knows all about you guys. I'll go all the way back to the Open in Kansas City last year. I actually played Justin Burton Jr. and his dad in rounders. I was playing with Kayla, who's Matt Ryan's girlfriend. She's never played in a tournament before. I lined up against Justin's dad, and Justin, I think you were throwing Vipers.
Oh, we were throwing Cat 3s.
Cat 3, yeah, they're throwing a faster bag, and I was like, okay, he's good. I'm just not really super impressed of him or whatever. so then we go to singles tournament, and he's trucking right along through that bracket. I mean, this guy's killing it. Of course, he went back to his bags, and it was, of course, you guys know my love for Ryan Wiedenfeld.
Yeah.
It was Ryan Wiedenfeld, I think, against Justin Burton Jr., or maybe it was Alex Hicks at that point against Justin Burton Jr. And Texas let me have it in the chat. They're like, "You're gonna find out about Justin Burton Jr. today," and I was like, "All right, we'll see. You know, I'm still gonna love my guys, chat. You're not gonna get me off of it." And then, yeah, ever since that moment, man, in Kansas City, you've been on a tear. Again, going to the finals. I think it was against Jeremy Schermerhorn and Mesa. I mean, and then elevating your game again here in New Mexico. Now you're starting to throw high PPRs with the ability to muddy up a board. Take me through your process in this last year. What's changed about your strategy or your preparation to get you to the point where you're at now?
I mean, it's really just being prepared and practicing against people who will make you better, and just, I mean, I don't know. I just play my game and it works.
Was there like an obvious mental shift for you? Like obviously confidence is big part of this. And when you get big wins, you get more confidence. But can you even remember any kind of moment where you're like, shit, I think I could like really freaking do something here?
I mean, I've always had high confidence and knew that I could be one of the top players in the world. So, I mean, nothing's really changed.
How do we bottle that up? Hey,
He's
Wally.
definitely very confident.
Yeah, Wally, did you know that I had to play these guys at Spencer McKenzie's? They were in my bracket.
Oh, yeah.
No,
It went
I don't know
really
the
well.
result, but did you win? I mean,
Oh yeah, no, obviously I
Yeah,
won. No.
that's the cool thing about our show, Meesh. We could tell the story however we want to tell it. And
Yeah, except they're here. So that's not really going to hold out.
Yeah, but going back to the Texas thing real quick, you guys had home field advantage. The storyline going into it was for the team's event, the Bully Baggers have home field advantage, but obviously Texas showed out. I mean, we're going to all the way down to juniors,
Yeah.
women's, doubles, singles, even the team's event. The Bully Baggers did well on the broadcast court, but how much pressure did it add to you guys that you had to defend your home turf?
I mean, honestly, I didn't feel any more pressure than I think it would be at any other one. So
How about
it
the
was
support?
nice. It was definitely nice to defend home turf, but I wouldn't say there's too much added pressure.
Yeah.
Did you feel the support like at the college championships? You could feel the support, you know, for the
Yeah.
Myrtle Beach area. Like, did you guys notice that?
Yeah, that was crazy this year at Myrtle Beach. It got really loud for them. I don't think it was quite the same. It's a lot more serious atmosphere, I think, at a national. But yeah, I definitely could hear more people on our side than theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, right? Because Texas always claims like, "Hey, we're the best. We have the best fans in Cornhole. Like, show out, Texas. Let's go." But
Hey,
speaking.
Wally knows about the Texas fans on his live streams.
Oh yeah, no, they'll
Yeah.
come after you. That's online though, Logan. We need them to show up in person.
Fair enough.
But speaking to that, now that you guys have both been on a broadcast before, Logan, you've been on a couple times now. What do you think about the atmosphere at the events? Like it's fairly quiet. Like, do you think it would be fun to have it a little rowdier, or what's your opinion of how the vibe of the event could go or should go?
I think it could use a little more energy, but it's fine how it is, honestly, to me.
How about for you, Justin?
I'll get loud no matter what.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, same for me. I mean, I like it how it is, but it could definitely use a little bit more, like cheering and stuff.
Wouldn't
like
hurt.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt. I couldn't agree. I couldn't disagree with that. And I think the challenge is that, you know, people are nervous to say something right when you throw or something, so they tend to just stay quiet. So, and that is something you as the players will have to get used to, is people shouting things potentially at very bad moments, right?
Yeah, I was a little more quiet on TV because I was a little scared to cuss. I didn't want anything to slip. So
Did they prep you guys before that?
They actually didn't say much to us about cussing, but I know. I mean, I know how it works.
Yeah, it's like, great. Now I got one more thing I got to worry about. I wasn't thinking about that aspect. So Logan, you're the type of guy that whenever you hit a big shot, that's when you start getting into the game. Like, you know, you need that one big shot to fire you up, kind of just like Jordan Power. But Justin, I don't really see that from you. I feel like you're just kind of ready to go after your down and backs.
Yeah.
You know, what's the deal there, man? You just kind of look down, get your bag in your hand, and then you start firing.
Yeah, I just lock in. I mean, I don't know. I just stay in a rhythm. I don't say
no
much.
Switch for game time, nothing, huh?
No.
Okay.
He'll give me a little energy sometimes, but not too much.
Yeah.
And that obviously works for you. You know,
Oh,
you guys
yeah.
have the chemistry you need to win.
Yeah, if he gave me the same energy that I gave him, it might get a little scary in a negative way. Like, I don't know if that would work out.
Yeah, and that's what's so key about finding the right doubles partner.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to talk more about that in just a second. We're going to take a quick break and come back right after this. All right, we're back with Logan and Justin talking about their big win that happened this weekend in Corpus Christi, where defending hometown. We're talking a little bit about the atmosphere in the room and the fact that the Texas crowd didn't quite show up as much as the Carolina crowd. So something to shoot for, Texas. Hey, it's true. I was expecting way
If they're gonna
louder
give
fans.
it, they got to take it, man. I mean,
Right.
Yeah, well,
That's right.
honestly, Corpus isn't the best area for that. If we were in Houston or Dallas, it would have been a lot bigger, I think. But
So they just don't want to travel that far. That's what we're hearing.
I did get a lot of that in the plane. Like some people were saying, why would they do it in Corpus? Like there's really nothing there.
there wasn't anything wrong with the venue to me. Just if you wanted it louder, Houston or Dallas would have got it louder. I know that.
Yeah, I think we have don't we have a shootout in Fort Worth?
Yeah.
All right, so
hopefully
to
we get the
Logan,
finals in that, or hopefully we don't even have to play that.
That's true.
So according to Logan, Dallas Fort Worth, Texas is going to be a loud venue for all the Texas players. If not, then that's it.
I'll guarantee.
I'm writing off Texas. That's it.
The whole state.
The whole state's done. Well, I'll tell you what. After all those one-way streets and wrong directions, I'm almost already done with Corpus Christi at least.
Corpus is different. I'm not gonna lie. I got a little confused driving around there.
Absolutely. So one of the things that I like to always ask about is the mental game and then kind of the health stuff that's going on. So I'm curious for both of you, like, what do you do for your wellness or your health to keep your endurance, keep your stamina? Like, is there anything you do specifically to make it through these long weekends?
Well, I honestly need to work on that a little more. I think I have trouble in singles after long games, just getting back and locking in for the next one. So I'm definitely working on that.
Justin?
The secret for me is Dr. Pepper.
Not the first time I've heard that, by the way.
Maybe goat strategy too?
Yes. Dr. Pepper needs to step up and sponsor Cornhole.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I drink Dr. Pepper too. I mean, that's for me, it's water to get me like through the day, and then whenever I need a jolt, I go to Dr. Pepper as well. And if that doesn't work, then I switch to the beverage of choice.
But I mean, it's got to be hard to eat. Like, are you guys even eating?
Yeah, I don't eat much during a tournament day. Really, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either.
It seems to be the young mentality. Caden now
yeah,
plenty of water. So, I mean,
plenty of water. Honestly,
I forget to eat because I'm up.
Do you guys go to the boards and throw in between matches, or do you kind of sit around and watch?
I'm in between on it. We had one tournament where we lost someone we shouldn't have lost to right after Justin wanted to warm up, and I was like, no, I'm taking a break. So after that, I'm going to start doing that a lot less and start warming up more.
Yeah.
Whenever we're not playing, I'm always trying to find a board to throw on.
And that's so interesting because we've heard the opposite. We've heard people say you don't want to burn out by throwing so many bags, but obviously that works for you. So Justin, you don't give yourself a lot of downtime?
Not really, no.
Is that a mental thing or a physical thing? Like, do you do it to keep your mind in the game, or do you just keep your arm loose?
Probably both, honestly. I like to stay warm, and so I'm always trying to throw.
When I do it, it's definitely physical, I'd say.
Okay. Now, so that game with Mark Richards, you did have to sit and wait a little bit. I don't know how long it was, an hour or two. Yeah, and what was that?
It was something like that, yeah.
Something like that, right? So you lost that first. Your only loss is that game. Do you feel like that is because you were sitting?
I mean, yes and no. I could have definitely thrown more to be ready for it, but yeah.
It's hard to get that good mix of being warm but not being burnt out.
Yeah.
In my opinion, so.
Are you the type of guys that look at brackets? Sorry, Meesh.
Oh, it's okay. Go ahead.
Are you guys the type that look at brackets and see how far away you are and who you got next? Or
I do that all the time. Yeah.
I mean, I do whenever I'm thinking about it, but sometimes it just slips my mind and we just go up to the board whenever we're up.
Yeah. Anytime I look at it, I usually lose the very next match, so I try not to look at it at all.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of that, what I was going to ask a second ago was, how does it feel to beat Mark Richards, #1 player in the world?
It feels good. I mean, I don't.
Hey, he's no longer the #1 player in the world.
Okay.
right now, at least.
It's true. Got to hold on to it. We've talked about that. We talked about, could Justin be the one to have a Mark Richards-esque season? And you're definitely on track for that. Does that feel possible? What did he get? 11 titles? 10 titles? 9? What was
it? In 1 year, yeah.
Somewhere in that
in
9
1
to
year?
11 range, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so somewhere, let's say the 10 range in 1 year, his rookie year. What do you think about that, Justin?
Yeah, that's pretty insane. I mean, I'm going to try to do it, but who knows?
That's going to be tough because neither of us have had quite the open success that he had before the first national. So,
I was gonna say, this is both your first titles, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's a good one to get. You're gonna
win.
Well, that matters most.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah, you talked a little bit earlier, Logan, about driving, and you guys always, carpool with as many people as you can and hop on the chat, and you have these fan interactions as you guys are driving back home, basically becoming fan favorites on just your drive home, man. Talk a little bit about that.
I mean, it's a good way to pass the time and just have fun, honestly. We have some interesting conversations in there. My favorite's when Jimmy Humans hops in. He always got some funny questions.
Oh, yeah. That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
No, that's so smart, though. I mean, I honestly think that a cornhole reality show is due. Like we need to get more into this.
Steal from it. I'm actually gonna hop in the car either tonight or tomorrow as I head out to Michigan. It's a 12-hour drive for me, so I'll kind of interact. The only problem is I won't be able to read chat as much.
Yeah,
so I don't know. I'm gonna have to play around with it.
You gotta have at least 2 people.
Yeah, I'm riding solo, so I don't know. I'm kind of play around and see how it goes.
Wally, do not. That is dangerous.
I gotta stay awake. I mean,
you should allow people to join the live with you.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then you can just talk, and you don't have to read the comments.
Well, there you go. I'm gonna call you later, and you can read the comments to me. We'll chat and interact.
If I'm not busy, I can make it happen.
We already know Justin's well rested, so real quick, Justin.
There you go.
Justin can do it.
You guys have had some pretty exciting paydays recently, cashing in about $20,000 over the last couple of weeks. Are you gonna buy yourself a new Escalade for these long trips, or what's the first purchase that we're doing here?
I have no idea. I'm probably just gonna save it for now.
That's too responsible.
I say boring, but smart.
We had some nice meals, but nothing crazy.
What was the meal? What was the nice meal that you had to get with your winnings?
So on Sunday at the National, we had Landry's, not too much, and then we just ate at a Brazilian steakhouse today.
Ooh,
that was good.
Get some new shoes. Anything?
Probably not. Gotta save that.
Hey, I have a question. Obviously, you guys being such skilled pros, do you think that it played a role that Devin Harbaugh had to switch his bags?
I'd say a little bit, but he's very good with anything, honestly. And he warmed up with the bags. I mean, the boards are different too, so he got to Justin had to switch boards with the same bag, so it's a big difference still.
Mm-hmm.
And Harbaugh just used different bags on different boards, so he had to adjust just like Justin did.
Interesting.
Are those boards similar to how Texas boards normally play throughout the weekend?
I mean, I'd say the boards were similar to opens and stuff, pretty tacky.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Okay, so the broadcast boards we were being told were fast.
Okay, yeah, I was just talking about the courts during the day.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, definitely the broadcast boards are a little quicker. Our bags are super sticky though, so they just played a little smoother.
Yeah, worked out great for you for sure. We saw that kind of fall apart in some of the teams events, definitely.
Yeah.
But going back to the bag change, obviously you guys and Devin are skilled enough to adjust to any bag, but I guess more my question was, would that get to you mentally knowing that you don't have your comfortable bags?
I think it would get to me, but I mean, Harbaugh made a post about it. He knew what he was getting into, so I think he did what he could to adjust.
Yeah. What do you think,
Nate?
Justin?
I mean, yeah, it'd probably affect you a little bit, but I mean, you had time to prepare and practice on the new boards with the different bags. So, I mean, he was as prepared as he could have been for the situation.
For sure.
Now, I know you're a big baller now, Justin, and you probably don't care about money. Obviously, you don't want to spend it that much. But what's the dollar amount that it's going to take for you and Ryan Wiedenfeld to have a mullet match?
Oh my gosh.
I have no idea.
Loser loses the mullet. I want to see it.
Oh gosh.
That's not
We
happening.
gotta play for big
we gotta
stakes,
make that
folks.
happen. We gotta make that happen.
It's not happening.
You
It's
heard
not-
it here. Justin's scared of Ryan
I'm not
Wiedenfeld.
scared.
That means you're scared of losing, Justin. Where'd that confidence go?
Yeah,
I'm not
come
scared of
on.
losing.
Are you scared for Ryan Wiedenfeld to lose his hair? That's the problem.
Yeah, that's what it
the
is.
reason.
That's so kind of you. I think that's a great option there, Wally. Great idea. All right, guys, we are out of time, but so appreciate you joining us today after your big weekend, and all the luck for the rest of the season. I hope you achieve all the goals you set for yourself, and we're here rooting you on.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, good job, boys. See you.
Thank you.
Bye.
It's time for highlights. We've got a lot of them.
Yeah. So again, over 7 minutes of highlights. I kind of chopped off the front and the back end. And keep in mind, there's really not much time from getting off the plane, catching up on sleep, getting highlights, and recording a show. So this is a very, very loose edit. Not my best work, but I wanted
We'll
to make
take it.
sure we got a recap of what we had going on. So
All right, so we're gonna start with this miscellaneous category.
yeah, start with the miscellaneous. We got to start with this haircut from
This haircut,
Lightskin
off
on
the
Blaine
charts.
Rozier. Yeah, so Blaine Rozier, he's got everything going on. He's got like the little mohawk, the lightning on the side, and then some lines on the back. We were talking to Jeff McCarrick about it, and we said that, all right, you're hitting 12 packs. Once you start hitting the 12 packs, 27 feet, you got to cut your hair like this, and then you'd be there. And he's like, oh, I might do it. I might do it. I was like, oh, I'd love
Jeff,
to see it.
I want to see that
I would
haircut.
love
on
to
Jeff
see it on
McCarrick.
ESPN. Come on, Jeff.
Jeff is so not hip hop.
Yeah, still tucking in his shirts and wearing belts and slacks and dress shoes.
Oh my god,
doesn't
that would be
exactly
so good.
Blaine pulled it off a little bit better than Jeff ever could. But
Blaine pulled it off for sure.
and
Yeah,
then this
absolutely.
last little miscellaneous clip that you see right here is the last bag that Justin Burton Jr. got to throw out in competitive play. He was this close to going to the championship for the blind draw where he had a chance of the trifecta. So he hit his shot. This bag is just sitting there on the edge. If it stays on the board, he wins. But then you see it's just a slow 8-second drip, and then the pain and agony on his face.
Okay, yeah. So, oops, I went back too far. But so he's just waiting to see if this bag drops, waiting the 3 seconds or whatever,
Yeah.
and there it goes. Oh,
So that's the pain, but great showing from Justin Burton Jr. pulling in 14K this weekend, and then on the other end, just a short airmail ended his run. So strong showing though from him. Just
not
very
too
unfortunate.
shabby. All right, let's go rolling. We're
Going
rolling. We need music like that. Rolling. All right.
Could have copyrights and all, Mason Morgado was
Well,
very impressive this weekend.
he was.
Yeah, I was really happy to see him. I believe he's a PDC player this year, but throwing very, very
Made
well.
it out of the qualifiers.
Look at this almost collect from Michael Lucas Jr.
Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah, he wanted it. But, there was just some strong matches on our court. Like I said, I think I had 70-ish highlights from our court. You got AJ Sims showed very, very well. He's like, I could roll. And Frank's like, yeah, me too.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so nasty.
Jacob Gord, his confidence level going into that broadcast was just remarkable.
Oh, that's a cut.
Well, I didn't know where to put it. I didn't want to do another section with cuts.
All right, fine. Fair enough.
Yeah.
The roll collects are just
even the accidental rolls made it on the highlight reel.
Hey, if you're rolling, you're rolling.
Came across the board and was like, "Whoops! Oh, hey, good, it worked."
I'll take it.
Strong cut there, and then I believe this was for the bracket finals to go to the broadcast. Logan,
That's an
Chamberlain.
insanely long roll.
Yeah. Well, apparently Anthony's trying to call it a bicycle now, so we're gonna have to keep that terminology in play. Where I guess when you come around a corner in NASCAR or racing or something like that, and you're
go on two wheels.
Two wheels, yeah, it's bicycling. So good luck for us trying to figure out what's a cut, what's a roll, what's a wheel, and what's a
Yeah,
bicycle.
great. We're gonna say it at the wrong time and look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Oh, Jacob Gore again. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, the speed on his bags for all these rolls is just remarkable. So, which one
Yeah.
of those stands out to you the most?
Man, I think that like I said, it's not really a roll, but like Gore's cut roll, whatever you want to call it, the way he does that, it's like, let me just go back like 2 seconds here.
He's got such a his whole arm swing everywhere that shoulder is going to bend.
This one right here, it has to stop. Like
and he
so
stops on
perfect.
its end and just comes right back into it.
Like the likelihood that bag flies off the board is so high.
Yeah.
Like the mastery of speed to get it to come to this spot to the left of the hole, stop and fall in is like blows my mind. It blows my mind.
And you saw a few clips in there from Ryan Wiedenfeld. His rolls were different levels. Like some of the roll bag players, they land at that I guess 4 o'clock position, roll over the 5 or I'm sorry, I had it backwards. 3 position and then roll over the level 2 or the level 1 blocker. Wiedenfeld's roll can land in the 2, the 3, the 5. He can roll anywhere up the board, and I think that's what's really impressive. Frank Modlin rolling Game Changers, and then Joe Neistat rolling Vipers. I mean, not granted they're Viper R's, but it's really, really impressive.
It's not what those bags are designed to do. So
no. And then you see the diversity from Alex Rawls. I mean, Alex Rawls is in every single one of these highlights, as you can imagine, rolls, pushes, and airmails. But
he makes
really, really impressed. Yeah,
all right, let's move on.
Showed out.
Let's move on to pushes. I love watching pushes because it's so friggin' hard.
Yeah, again, impressive from Dalton McClellan. Seems like we kind of forgot about him, you know?
I know. Yeah, I would agree. Alex Hicks. Oh, God, so good.
This is a very underrated hard push from Mason Morgado right there. That one's straight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pushing straight up the board, although they don't always fall.
They don't know. Yeah, well, yeah, nothing. Oh, that's insane.
Yeah.
Alex Hicks from halfway down the board. My goodness.
Yeah, I almost enjoy watching push highlights more than I enjoy watching roll highlights.
I know that I'm kind of thinking the same thing. I mean, they're both great. I'm not gonna lie.
Jordan Power kept saying the whole weekend to Chris Morrison, make a name for yourself, bud. Make a name for yourself. And I think he did. He put on a great show. He looked like he belonged there. I mean, this one's nasty.
What in the world? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Frank,
I was going to have you play the whole thing over again because I want to see them all again, to be honest with you.
I mean, this is
off to the side.
Insane.
Left turn.
How does it not fall?
Oh and then he's got the finesse, the little tap. Keeps the bag on the board. And again, throwing everything slick side. It's impressive.
Oh, how did he even grab that bag? So good. Nico had a great weekend.
Yeah, Nico had a great weekend. He's in my inbox heart. Look at this redirection at the end of the shot.
Oh
it just kind of cuts back into the hold, like filling that blocker position.
Absolutely.
Crazy.
Oh my goodness.
Gavin with a good push there on the sticky side.
I told Gavin Kono, you had a great weekend, and he was like, nah. I'm like, man, I from my perspective, it's a great weekend, but if you don't, I guess, win.
These next 4 are pretty impressive. Slick side, outside, left to right with the bag about, 25% on the hole. Then he cuts around the bag. AJ, his partner, slick side, same thing, left-handed, coming on the other side of the board.
Oh, my goodness.
Goes in. And then Derek Collins like, that looks like fun. I want to try it too.
Let's do it. Oh, it's so good. Logan Chamberlain. Let's see it. Just blows up that bag.
Yeah, I like watching pushes more like watching rolls. So which one of those stands out to you? Which one of those gets your nod of approval?
That Frank Modlin one is blowing my mind right now.
Yeah, it's like a redirect from right to left, and he just grabs the bag and just everything kind of just lifts up and lands perfectly.
I mean, that's so good. And then that Alex Hicks one's from like halfway down the board.
Yeah,
that's insane. I mean, the amount of velocity to put in that bag, and then here it is, right here. You have to have such a perfect landing spot, and when you throw your bag way harder, you lose accuracy. Mm-hmm. So the fact that he got that so perfectly, I mean, it's just not even fair. It's not fair. Why, Wally?
This was for the win, I believe, to win the blind draw.
Really?
Can't believe he got that bag to stay up there. But here's the one you like.
Crazy. Here it is. Here's mine. What in the world?
Yeah, I kind of have to agree with you on that one. I mean,
I can't even with that.
he's such a professor when it comes to throwing the game changers better than anyone else. I mean, he should. Don't get me wrong. He
should.
should be the best game changer
He
thrower out there.
invented them.
But it's just crazy what he's able to do with them. It makes me kind of confused as to why everyone doesn't throw them. You know what I mean?
I love that story, by the way, of like when he didn't realize that the assignment was just to like kind of figure out what you want on a bag, and he thought he had to invent a bag. Like he misunderstood
I haven't
Chad.
heard that. I haven't heard that.
Yeah, so basically Chad told his sponsored players like, "Hey, let me know like kind of like what you would want on a bag." Like I don't know how we worded it, but basically like, we're going to design a bag for you kind of thing, or I don't remember. Or like what, maybe even just what kind of speed bag do you want? We're going to try to create a bag that helps you throw well. Frank Maudlin interprets it as, "Oh, I've got to like invent a new bag."
It worked out well for him. I mean,
so, and that's kind of how it came to be.
helped him
So
go
it's a
into
pretty funny
retirement.
story. Oh, that one's really good too. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, nice push here. I'm not sure if that one was for the game. I can't remember. But
All right, it's time for airmails.
that helped them get to the finals. Airmails were kind of cool too. I mean, we got a lot of strong airmail competition.
Ooh, airmail drag.
Yeah, nice shot there by T Nuts, but Tanisha was on fire, man. She did
She
great.
was unstoppable.
Yeah, Jordan Power with a hit and a little shimmy at the end. Good. Moses' airmail was very impressive.
Moses was impressive. Oh, he's going to grab all that, isn't he?
Get collects, yep.
Oh, my goodness.
3 for none. Dylan Turpin, very, very strong weekend. He pretty much led every single statistical category. Dylan Turpin I'm calling it now, Dylan Turpin's winning the national this year.
Yeah, he did, obviously fall apart a little bit in teams. And I think after that, he was like, that ain't happening. I got to fix that real quick. That's kind of the impression I got.
Good backside, not much room there from Chris Morrison. Line drive there from Brevin. I think probably only got 5 feet off the ground. Jordan matches. But Chris Morrison, again, I think you made a name for yourself this week and did a great job. It was great to see Jay Rubin throwing, especially after the car accident, and throwing very well.
I know. I can't believe he wasn't in more pain. That's just so crazy.
Nico he's getting in the debate very, very quickly as far as one of the best airmailers in the game.
Yeah, I would agree. He hit a lot of shots.
And then he had Alex Hicks down for a while. Good backside collect there. Another front backside collect. I mean, I don't know how I even got that one.
Oh my God, that one was nasty.
I mean, Nico put on a show.
Alex Thrall's doing what he does.
Hey, props to you on this one. You called that one. You said, I think he's getting it. And Anthony's like, I don't know. Slide might be the play. And
I don't even remember saying that. That's funny.
Yeah, I was like, I guarantee he hits it. And then thank God he hit it. Made me look good too.
Maybe, yeah, made us all look, ooh, how did that not fall?
I say there's no room there, but Dylan hits it.
There is no room. Oh my God. Okay, that's my top one right now. Oh, AJ Sim said, get your bag out of here.
Impressive showing there from Derek and Justin Rule.
Oh my God, Justin Rule. What a weekend he had.
Look at Ryan Smith in the background telling Justin how to hit that. And he does. But very, very impressive.
Oh
weekend.
My goodness. And here goes Dylan Turpin. There he goes, doing what he does. I mean, that Gavin Cano one is the one for me.
Really?
Yep.
I'm taking the little clip of Nico highlights there in the middle. I mean, just he showed it all. Left side, right side, back, front, double drag, triple drag. I was very impressed with the run from Nico. He was on there quite a bit. Now I understand why he was in my inbox this morning. Like, hey, when can I watch those highlights from?
I want to see it. Get that up.
Like, give me some time, man. Give me time.
Oh, such an impressive showing from so many players. I know you were saying you were looking around like, oh, that's a good game. Oh, that's a good game. That's a good game. Like, there's so many good games with all these pros. You didn't disappoint.
I mean, as far as national to open comparison, I mean, it's really hard for me to tell what I want to watch. I mean, I kept watching, I think it was Court 4, tracking Wiedenfeld and them, and Mark Richards and Trey Birchfield and Alex and Philip Lopez and, Jamie Graham and Matt Guy were on my court. But then I'm like looking around, seeing what Justin Burton Jr. and all of them are doing. So it was just really, really cool. But Yeah, I think I can't wait to get back to open so I can watch a little bit of everything, juniors, women, seniors, blind draw,
Yeah,
all that type of stuff. So
that's true.
nationals are great, but it's just almost overload.
Too much talent.
Yeah, too much.
Well, that's all we got time for today. Thanks everyone for joining us, and we will see you guys all next time.
Keep going.